Good afternoon, good morning, good day, whatever you're joining us from. Welcome to the first episode of Perfect Talk with Dr. Hlami. My name is Hlami, South African born, and I consider myself a global citizen. I have been fortunate to have traveled the world. I have done assignments in 45 countries so far, and I had a privilege to facilitate multi-stakeholder engagements at global levels. So far, I have done over 250 of such engagements. It could be strategic planning sessions, it could be technical workshops, it could be high-level policy dialogues. And as I do that, I learn a lot of valuable lessons. I meet people from different parts of the world. I meet people from different cultures. And it is not possible for me to do that and not learn something valuable. Some of the lessons that I have learned so far is that for me to learn something, I have to de-learn something. What that means is that I have to create space so that I can get something that is valuable. As I continue to do that, I realize that it's a nice trade-off because some of the valuable lessons that I have learned, I would not have managed to do that if I did not de-learn and create space for new knowledge to emerge. Secondly, I've learned that exposure becomes a strong driver for me to change my attitude. I had to change my attitude about certain things. Mostly, it's the field of agriculture. If you had asked me about me working in the agricultural space some time back, I would have said no. Why? Because I never studied agriculture in the junior level. I qualified as a home economics teacher. The closest that I had with agriculture was working at the agricultural high school and also working at the agricultural college back then. But I never considered myself as somebody who will be working in this sector. Here am I, 28 years later. I am the self-appointed, ambassador and advocate for the agricultural sector. I work in the sector. I make my living out of, agricultural sector in broad, but I am still not a farmer. How does that happen? I always say I came to the agricultural sector through the back door because everybody that I speak to, everybody that I meet, whenever they hear the word agriculture, they think of primary production. They think of farming. So, in the eyes of everybody, agriculture is equal to farming. And I'm sitting here today talking to you, trying to demystify that. I am a living proof that agriculture is not necessarily about farming. And the perfect talk, it's all about that. It's about creating new perspective of what the agricultural sector can offer. Farming is a very important aspect. Actually, it's the core of the agricultural sector. We could call it the heart of the agricultural sector. But the heart alone doesn't make a human being or an animal to function. You need the heart, but you also need different functions. Like us, as human beings, we have the heart, we have the hands, we have the head, we have different parts. The agricultural sector is like that. While farming is the heart, there are many other functions that makes the sector more profitable. There are many other functions that are equally important as much as farming is. The Perfect Talk is about that. So this show, it's about sharing a lot of knowledge and information about what else exists in the agricultural sector beyond farming. This word perfect is an acronym. It is an acronym that tries to demystify the notion of agriculture equates to farming. And this concept is inspired by the work of, Christian Benecamp, who I attended, a course. It was teaching about knowledge management and all that. It is an acronym. When people ask me about what I do, I tell them I'm doing the perfect job. And it's not perfect because the job is perfect, but it is perfect because it is an acronym. Stands for policies. I work a lot in the policy space, agricultural policy space, but also I work a lot in the education space. I work with researchers, different types, but also farming, which is the F there. And this is what a lot of people think agriculture is all about. But also I add another F for finance. There is a huge knowledge network around financing agriculture. We also have extension and advisory services. The C stands for communications, including issues of knowledge management, monitoring and evaluation, information and communication technologies. The T stands for technologies and trade. And that makes perfect opportunities. I've started a campaign called Perfect Opportunities in Agriculture. The campaign, it's about connecting the dots. It's about linking people with the different opportunities that exist. I see in the space where I'm working that there are perfect opportunities at national level. You also find perfect opportunities at regional level, at continental level, but also at global level. This show, it's all about bringing, this knowledge and information to the central point. This platform will be your go-to space where you want to know anything and everything about agriculture. The aim here is to do the knowledge brokering. The aim here is to match, demand and supply of information in the agricultural sector. Everybody can benefit from the information session that will be continuing with. Whether you are a young person, whether you see agriculture as your career of choice or not, I invite you to listen, because you never know. You might find that missing link. You might find that information that can change your life. Like I said, that if you had asked me some time back if agriculture would be the space that I would be working and make a living out of, my answer would have been no, because I too equated it to farming, and yet it goes beyond that. I would like to invite you, it could be teachers, it could be policymakers, and researchers, it could be anybody who would like to know more about the agricultural sector. This is what I have information, or this is what I have, time for today. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media. I have more information in the next series.